This morning, police are still searching for the man who shot two people, killing one of them right in front of the San Diego Central Library. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol filling in for Netta Arampur. Now, the shooting happened yesterday just after noon. This is brand new surveillance video of a masked person running from the scene holding what looks like to be a gun.
CBS 8's Chris Groh live outside San Diego Police headquarters now with an update for us. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Dana Marie. And look, the library is going to be closed for a couple days here in the wake of the shooting, and police are still looking for that gunman. They're still trying to figure out exactly who pulled the trigger, and the best evidence that we have right now that's been circulating is that surveillance video. So let's play that for you again one more time here. And this is actually here at Hob Coffee, and you can see there a woman getting up and then running away after those gunshots are fired. You can see her grabbing what appears to be a laptop. She told us that she was doing an interview, but then moments later that gunman walks by as well too. Again, a very harrowing sight to see. Now, as for what police are telling us, they are saying that there were two men who were shot at the library by this gunman. One of them, a 20-year-old, was pronounced dead at the scene. The 24-year-old did sustain injuries, but we are being told will be okay. As for the search and the immediate aftermath, we saw police detectives and police officers in this area for quite some time, again, trying to figure out who it is that may have pulled the trigger.
And then I heard 5 more loud noises. It was gunfire, and it was right across the street. Terrified that there was an active shooter in the neighborhood, so I locked the doors and hunkered down and got away.
Yeah, and again, a very, very fearful event for a lot of businesses. This was something that happened during the day at a time in which the East Village was pretty busy. Now, for those of you that, again, saw that image, if you think you know anything, you're being asked to call the police department again. Central Library going to be closed until at least the 26th. The 27th is a day that they do expect to reopen fully. And then as far as the victims, we still do not know their names. The one who was killed, again, they're likely still waiting to release that information pending family notification. So again, as soon as we do have more information, we will pass that along to you. Eric and Dana Marie.
All right, thanks, Chris, for that update. This morning, an investigation is underway after a DEA agent shot and killed a dog in La Mesa. It happened while agents with the Narcotics Task Force conducted a search warrant at a home yesterday. The DEA says a dog at the house attacked one of the agents, who then shot the dog. The agent was taken to the hospital. We're told their injury is significant. We're still working to get more information about the warrant that was being served and how many people were arrested. And this morning, the Sheriff's Department will discuss how they identified the victim of a cold case 37 years after she was murdered. The department's homicide unit used DNA testing to identify 24-year-old Claudette Powers. She went missing in the early 80s. Her body was found in a campsite area of the Los Coyotes Indian Reservation near Water Springs in 1986. No one knew who she was until now. Detectives used a strand of her hair to get a DNA profile, then tapped into genetic genealogy to identify her relatives. Her family is hopeful someone will step up with information that will lead to an arrest.
Somebody knows what happened. A neighbor, anybody that knew her knows what happened. Please come forward.
Investigators say the body of an unidentified male was found in the same area, and the two murders may have been related. And this morning, we're learning 3 Americans were killed in a gang shootout in Baja. The U.S. State Department just confirmed that information. Authorities didn't identify the victims, but family members say one of them was a father from San Diego. The shooting happened Saturday at an off-road racing event south of Ensenada. Authorities say it was a confrontation between organized crime groups. No arrests have been made.
There's really nothing that can ever stop what I'm feeling unless they can bring her back, and they can't do that.
Today marks 1 year since the mass shooting that killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. President Biden will be speaking about the tragedy this afternoon. Meantime, families continue to demand accountability for the failed police response. Right now, there's a criminal investigation into conflicting accounts from authorities about their efforts to stop the gunman. Today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to officially announce his 2024 presidential campaign. CBS News reports DeSantis will announce his run during a conversation with Elon Musk on Twitter. He will join several other GOP candidates running for president, including former President Donald Trump, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, and former Governor Nikki Haley. Well, here we are, just over a week away from the Treasury's debt default deadline. 7 days, 17 hours now. This morning, the White House and Congress still at an impasse on raising the nation's debt limit. The House is scheduled to leave for the Memorial Day holiday, but with such high stakes and very limited time now, Speaker Kevin McCarthy may keep the chamber in session until a deal is done.
This is not a plea for pity. It is a call for action.
They do not require you to be clean and sober.
Housing, not handcuffs. That's the message from homeless advocates speaking out against a proposed citywide encampment ban. You can see they set up tents outside City Hall yesterday. Advocates say the ban criminalizes homelessness. But council member Stephen Whitburn says it's part of a plan to make sure people get into shelters and ensure streets and sidewalks are safe. City Council will vote on the proposal June 13th. Meantime, the county is partnering with the city of San Diego to buy 4 hotels to be used for housing for homeless. The hotels in Mission Valley, Murphy Canyon, and the Midway District will cost more than $150 million. The city and county will apply for $88 million from the state, and they will each chip in $32 million. People could be moving in sometime next year.
Taking a peek outside at 6:07 here on this Wednesday. Another May gray in store here.
Yeah, yet again, cool temperatures along the coastline, and now the cool temperatures, cooler than normal. The trend that we have along the coastline is going to extend through your inland valleys and even over the mountaintops. That's as a trough of low pressure sinks in. That trough is going to give us stronger onshore flow, and that's going to keep our temperatures on a decline. And then as we head toward Memorial Day, maybe a little bit of a warm up by 2-3 degrees, so not really noticeable to us. Looking at your fog out there as we start off the morning, clouds are extending through the western slopes of the mountains. Fallbrook is at 2 miles of visibility, Ramona at 1.5 miles, 2.5 miles in El Cajon, and 5 down south in Otay Mesa. Forecast shows low 60s for your coastal communities. You get little warm-ups going farther east, but not all that notable. Between the coastline and your mountains, there's a 5-degree discrepancy, which just goes to show how this is, number 1, cooler than normal. Number 2, it's been cloudier than normal along the coastline. So it's a trend that we've worked with for weeks now. There's only been one day in the last 2 weeks that we made it to average. So this is your high temperature map over the last 14 days. You can see how average up there is 70. There was one day just over 1 week ago that we made it there, but besides that, it has been a now 7-day stretch of 60s out there. In particular, Monday and Tuesday, 64 degrees is that afternoon high. We could do that again today with a high of 64. Santee and El Cajon, they've been in the 70s virtually every day this week, are now only going to make it to 68. 60 degrees, nearly upper 50s for La Jolla and Pacific Beach. You look up the coastline a little bit more, you've got those 60s starting to climb a bit for Carlsbad, Oceanside 64, and Escondido 66 this afternoon as well. Mountains and deserts are going to be in a similar range. So the mountains in the 60s, couple low 70s, Mount Laguna 71, Campo 73, Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells cooling down from the triple digits, sticking with the 90s this afternoon. It is 6:09 on the clock right now, and now let's get a check of traffic. We just got an update from MTS on a work stoppage involving bus drivers. This morning, East County is running at about 75% of scheduled bus service. South Bay has very limited bus service, less than 10% of schedule. You can see all the impacted routes on the MTS website, but again, this is a issue that we've been working with for quite a while now, and we'll keep you up to date on what that stoppage level is, but you could still see some impacts both in East County and in the South Bay. Dana Marie and Eric.